Hello, welcome to my live. Today, I'm not able to use my mic for now. I'm having a little technical problem, so I hope that you can hear me well. And also, I don't know if I'll be able to do 2 hours because I somehow get my phone wet, and because of that, I can't charge it, and it only has 67%. So I don't know how long 67% do on a live, but I'm going to do my best and see what happens. If anyone catches this, just let me know if you can hear me well. Please, normally I use my mic, but I can't plug it for now. For those who don't know me, I'm a therapist and coach, and I use my free time to come here on YouTube twice a week, every Wednesdays and Fridays from 6 to 8 p.m, whenever I can, UK time, to give advice and suggestions to anyone who needs some help with therapy, mindset, mindfulness, psychology, human behavior, emotional intelligence, understanding any aspect of our mind and how we can enhance any aspect of our life through those places. And so the way I start my live streams is always by reading and commenting on some of the posts that I have put out already. And eventually, at some point, some of you will notice me and will be reminded of the things that I do, and will hopefully muster the courage to ask me some stuff about yourself. And we do my best to give you some actionable recommendations. I've got a like, so there's at least one person watching me. Can you hear me well? Please, could you let me know, please? Okay, let's get started. Let me read you that post. Many personality traits, such as being shy, needy, indecisive, aggressive, unpredictable, or unreliable, actually trauma responses that are being demonized by a judgmental and mental health uneducated society. And so this is to highlight how a lot of the things that we are judged for, when in reality, when we understand the psychology of it, there's nothing that we do that is not the result of something that happened to us previously, including those examples that I mentioned, which is being shy, needy, indecisive, aggressive, unpredictable, unreliable, but anything at all. There's no such thing as a personality or a character. This is a myth. Whichever way we behave is literally the collection of all the systems that we put into place in childhood based on our sensibility and the things that happen to us then. I hope it makes sense. And so something a very important topic for me to talk about. It's really one of the things that I talk about all the time, as in never judge people, because we're all doing our best, and we are, we are because of X, Y, Z. We never choose to be what we are. But people believe that people are choosing out of character to behave and to do certain things on purpose, and it's never the case. One of the things that really, really annoys me, one of my pet hate, is when people say that people use their mental health conditions as excuses for bad behavior. And no one does that. This is only, again, a habit of judging others and selves, but no one uses, I mean, people who suffer from conditions, they never use the conditions to excuse their bad behavior. Now, there may be some people who pretend to have trauma, who pretend to have some conditions that they haven't got, and they use that as excuses. But when we have a condition, we don't use it as in excuses. We suffer from it. We can't help. Giuseppe Elia, is it Poland? No, it's not. It's UK, London. I'm doing that live from London in the UK. K. Stephen, hi Didi, good to see you again. Thank you so much. Nice to have you here as well. Is there something you'd like to talk about today? Let me carry on reading some of my posts and commenting on them until I have some questions and interactions from you guys. And so the next post that I'm going to read goes like this. Don't take directions from people who have never been where you want to be, or didn't have your start and baggage to get where they are now. And so it's very important when we seek advice and guidance to ask the right people. We want to make sure that they know what they're talking about, they've been there, but also they started at the same point as you. Next one. You build a life that looks perfect on the outside, and yet you feel empty inside. Because external wins don't equal internal alignment. Stop building a life that looks good. Build a life that feels good. Self-explanatory. Girl to 10, am I your third viewer ever? No, I had a few more before. But it's true that the beginning of my live streams are always slow. But thank you for the comment. So yeah, for those who don't know me, I take questions to do with psychology, human behavior, so that we can understand why we are the way we are, why we feel the way we feel, why we interact with one another the way we do, so that we can find clarity into our life, into our relationships. Okay, here's one that I like. An archer tenses its body when aiming at the target, and then let go of the arrow. Both focus and surrendering are necessary to manifest anything in your life. This is a simple analogy to highlight how important it is to know when to focus, want, and do, and when to let go, surrender, and allow. Because a happy life is made of both. So, yin and yang, Buddhist wisdom, there's a time to focus on things, to take an action, to desire, to want, to try to do something about whatever we want to create. And there's a time to let it go and say, you know what, I've done my best. Now, universe, do your job and see what happens. But because we live in a Western mentality society, it's all about doing, control. And we are so obsessed with controlling everything, but we forget to let go. And we need both for anything to happen. If you are obsessed with control, we're always focusing, and we never allow for something to happen. I hope it makes sense. And next post, maybe the last I'm going to read for now, goes like this. Normalize prioritizing feeling safe and following your intuition over being nice, especially when teaching your daughters. So this is for everyone. The daughters bit, I think, is very, very important because we live in a patriarchal, dangerous society for many women, and so this is a real thing to be aware of. But at any level, it's important to stop trying to be nice or always just for the sake of it. We want to be ourselves and express ourselves, and we don't want to be horrible to one another. But there's a difference between doing too much and just being honest and sharing how we feel. There's nothing wrong with having some bad days. There's nothing wrong with feeling down, with feeling anxious every now and then, with being a little bit irritable. It happens. We're all human. And it's very important to not contain all of those energies inside of us when we're experiencing them. We must learn how to be accepting of our humanity. So again, I'm not saying we should have a go at each other when we feel like it. It's not what I mean. But it's more about being honest and accepting that it's okay to be down, to be low, to feel a bit helpless and powerless at times. And we are living in a society with people. So if we can show our vulnerability, that's when we get some connection with people. We're trying to look like we're always strong and brave and doing well and being successful all the time. But there's a time for everything, and sometimes it's also okay to seek help, to let it out, to have a hug, those other things. Okay, Gabriel looks. Hi Didi, great to see you live. Really enjoyed your latest shows. Thank you so much. Is there anything you'd like to talk about? You know something in Chinese? I don't read Chinese, I'm afraid. I tried to learn when I was a child, but I could never do this. So, I speak Cantonese, And I forgot all about my Mandarin, but I can't read. Sorry. Add Q&A sticker. Best thing at a bakery. I don't understand. This is the AI of YouTube. So guys, anything you'd like to discuss? Or shall I continue reading my posts and commenting on them for now? Let's carry on. So here's that one. What is the difference between the brain and the mind? The brain is the physical organ inside of your skull, and the mind is your brain in action. What this means is that when someone talks about the brain, they are coming from the perspective of neuroscience. Whereas when someone talks about the mind, they're coming from the perspective of psychology. That's it. It's the same thing, it's just the position of the observer that is different. Also, for those who don't know, just so you know, every week on YouTube, I post a long form horizontal video. So check it out if you have a chance. The one that I've done just today, 2 hours ago, is called How to Find Your Purpose. Someone asked me this on one of my videos, so I did that for them. Sadly, I don't remember who it is, so I hope that they will see it, because I did it literally for them. And also, if you have any ideas, any question, anything that you would like me to talk about, I can absolutely do this. Right? Just ask me, drop me some comment, and I will take note, because I produce a long video every week, so I do need inspiration. Kay Stevens, something I noticed. I was AAN jump in an icy pond on the internet and felt like I was freezing. Watching a child who's upset, I felt that too. Okay? Gabriel Lux, so ... Gabriel Lux, how might one help a parent who is afflicted by an adult son with a pretty bad and long alcohol addiction? How can I better support her without hurting myself? This is a rough one. I know I can't change my brother, but my mom thinks she can. Okay, so you know this. If your brother is addicted to alcohol, it is his burden. It's his work to do. Now, I understand that, you know, mom will not be able to help not helping them. And so the problem is not your brother or your mom. The problem is you. Accept that this is how it goes. Accept that your mom, no matter what you tell her, she's your brother's mom, and so she will always do her best to help him, no matter what. Even if he or everyone or anyone tells her not to do it, she can't help. She's the mom. So accept that from a mom. Accept that your brother is struggling and he needs some help. And hopefully at some point he will be open enough to let in the help that is available out there. And so the work we can do is with you. If your mom was here, I could speak to her directly. If your brother was here, I would speak to him directly. But because it's only you here, I can only speak to you. And I can only address how you feel about the whole situation. We can't change your mom, we can't change your brother, but we can change how you feel about the whole situation. Accept that sometimes things happen and we can only do our best to be there, to be kind, to be ready if they need our help. But that's pretty much it. It's a tricky one because, again, when it comes to alcohol addiction, there's a reason your brother is like that. Nothing is just this or that. There's always, everything is intertwined and connected. And so for your brother to be like that, there could be something to do with everyone else involved in his childhood in some capacity, either directly or indirectly. And so that's make it quite complicated. The way you can support your mom is to just be there for her. And the best way you can be with her is to accept the situation so that at least you are not overwhelmed by that situation, right? If you are chilled and relaxed, and if you have accepted that this is what it is, let's hope that the universe does its job and eventually supports all of us. But in the meantime, that's all there is. Then if you can accept this, you'll be of a better support for your mom. Right? If you are frustrated and annoyed, and desperate, your energy will be felt by your mum, and now you're in a room with her and you're going to feel worse about the whole situation as we are talking about it. I hope it makes sense. Does it, Gabriel? Let me read again, see if I haven't missed anything. How might one help a parent who is afflicted by an adult son with a pretty bad and long alcohol addiction? The things you could do is to get your mum to read some books to understand why people are addicted, so that she doesn't think whatever thought she may have about your brother. We tend to judge people. It's because they're weak or whatever. But if you can understand that people never choose that. We don't choose consciously, deliberately to be an alcoholic. If we are an alcoholic or drug addict, it is because we have been traumatized. It's because we are neurodivergent. It's because our brain is different. It's because we are hypersensitive. It's because we have some things happening inside of us, and alcohol is the only thing that makes us feel better. So if at least you could teach that to your mum, she may actually be able to see him under a different light, and she won't be affected so much, right? It all depends on what does your mum believe is the reason of your brother being an alcoholic. Was it a trauma? Has it always been like that? Is he the black sheep in the family? Any of those things, it can be anything at all. And so, yes, how do you feel about your brother yourself? Do you feel that your brother is a bad one? Is a troublemaker, a problematic sibling? We can talk about this. Or has he been traumatized and you are sympathizing with him? You understand that it's the only way. Maybe he lost a child or something like that. If you could give me some more information, that'd be very helpful, please. But at this point in time, just based on what you shared with us, Gabriel Lux, that conversation that we're having is not about your mum or your brother, it's about you. Accept that sometimes is the way it is, but the best thing you can do is to let go of any resentment or judgment that you may have over your brother. I don't know if you have any, but if you had any, because that would make a huge difference into how you have those conversations with your mum. Anyone else? Anything else? I'm going to keep reading and commenting on my post until hopefully I have some more interactions from you guys. Here's one. People with a fixed mindset are obsessed with having the right answers. People with a growth mindset are obsessed with asking the right questions. So there's a huge difference between either. I've got a comment from Gabriel. Thank you so much, Didi. This helps a lot. Fantastic. Thank you. We both had pretty rough childhood, but he got the worst end of the stick, okay? Domestic violence and so on. I feel sad and hopeless. All right. Can we talk about you? How did your childhood affected you? You see, the best thing we can do to help anyone is to work on ourselves, because the less baggage we have, the less wounds, unhealed wounds we still have to deal with, the better person we are to help the people that we love. And so, and this is a quote from Ram Dass that I share all the time, and it goes like this. The best thing that you can do for me is to work on yourself. And the best thing that I can do for you, or if not the only thing that I can do for you, is to work on myself. And so what I'm saying is that you've been through a rough childhood. Maybe, so we're talking about your mom and your brother, so maybe your dad was the abuser, right? Is that correct? But if that's the case, you have been affected as well. And so what I'd say is that if you work on yourself, then you'll be more able to have a clear mind and a peaceful energy to deal with the situations when you are with your mom and your brother. If you don't work on yourself, we can't change others anyway, any more than others can change us. But if you can change yourself, at least in that equation, there be some positive energy added into that mix, into that dynamic between you and your family. And as you get better, that will help you have a more positive outlook on things, maybe a more compassionate approach, whatever that it may be. Anything that helps you will help your mom and your brother in some capacity. If you feel sad and hopeless, we can talk about this. Are you still feeling sad and hopeless on a day-to-day basis? And in which aspect of your life, or everywhere, everything? I've got Abinaba said hi, hello. A comment from Daniel. We parted ways because of job. He's been silent and has not contacted me. Will he hoover me? I don't understand. What does hoover means? Is it a joke or is it serious? Please be kind. This is a page that I'm creating for people's mental health. I'm here to help people, so I love humor, I love a joke, but there's a place and a time for everything. So if you are serious, please clarify for me what you mean. I don't understand what it means to hoover someone. But if you're not serious, please refrain yourself if you can. If not, we're not going to be friends very long, sadly. Gabriel Lux. I used to drink a lot of alcohol as well. I experienced bouts of depression. I am beginning to heal. Okay, I no longer drink. Fantastic. I'm trying to connect with my own hurt. Meditation has helped a lot. Good on you. Good on you. Okay, so you are working on yourself and you are getting better. Fantastic. I used to be an alcoholic myself and a drug addict until the age of 38. Like very, very, very bad. And so we can absolutely talk about it. I'm teetotal now, very, very super healthy and obsessed with health and very happy with myself. And so, yeah, whatever that you've been through in your past, I want you to be aware that your whole life is a journey. And so as long as you have an awareness that you can get better and you are doing something about it, it will get better. It may take some time, it may not look like the way you want it to look like, but life is constantly moving on, it's constantly going forward, it's constantly fluctuating, expanding, evolving. And so just keep going, essentially, and get the right help at the right time whenever you are ready for that. And I wish you all the best with that. But again, if you want to tell me more about anything at all, that's why I come here on YouTube twice a week. Daniel, does he think about me? Hoover means reach back. All right, okay. I want to make sure because there's a lot of trolls out there. I don't know if he thinks about you. Maybe yes, maybe not. There's no way to know, right? And so again, what matters is not whether he thinks about you. What matters is how you feel about it. Are you obsessed with that? Are you unable to function? Are you feeling sad and crying all the time, or angry, or replaying, reminiscing all of those things you've been through? We can talk about this in such ways if you want. But whether he's thinking about you or whether he's ghosting you or this or that, it could be millions of different possibilities. We don't know. What I'd say is that if that person is not with you anymore, focus on the people who are around you, right? There are millions of people. And so we go through life and sometimes we meet people who are quite exciting and we think about them. But if we get infatuated, it's just a trick of the mind, it's an illusion. People are people, there are zillions of them. It's easier and wiser to work on ourselves, as in understanding why am I attracted to that sort of guy or girls. And then realize that there's a lot of people right around now that are quite amazing, and then connect with them instead of thinking about that guy or that girl that is no longer here. Generally speaking, we tend to obsess over some people and we think that they're better than all the other ones because there's something about them that makes us feel like the way we felt with some people in our past. So typically our parents, our family. We're trying to reenact some episode of the past And it's all happening at a subconscious level. But this is why we tend to be attracted by some people, and we believe that some people are very special, when in reality, we're all special. And there are a lot of people who I'm sure can absolutely, I don't know if it's an expression, blow your socks off, something like that. Gabriel Lux. I used to drink a lot of alcohol as well. I read that already. Yes, I did read. I just moved. Abina. Hey, currently facing an on and off thing with doom scrolling addiction, which is making me lose a lot of time and productivity. I can't get serious even when my exams are near. This is the most important time for my career, and I don't know why I can't get serious about myself. Also facing anger issues. I know the anger issues came from my childhood trauma, seeing my parents fight. Okay, let's talk about this. So I did a video about this, I think, not long ago. Let me have a look. Last week about procrastination. Check it out. It's on my channel. In the video section, you see me going kapow like that, and it says "Beat Procrastination" on the thumbnail, and the title is "Beat Procrastination in 7 minutes." And it's not directly what you're asking, but it's got some connection. Essentially, the reason why you find it difficult to not doom scroll when you should be studying, and you know that it's very important to you, it's precisely because it is very important to you. So there's a part of you that is trying to protect you from failure. There's a part of you that is trying to protect you from rejection, from being judged, from being seen, from succeeding. Whatever that it is, you have a belief about yourself that your mind is trying to get you, to protect you from something. Maybe it's trying to protect you from an emotion, a feeling, a situation that happened in the past. And because of that, now you're under pressure. Stress, important. I've got to study. And so because of that, now your mind is remembering, we can't do this. If we do this, he may actually be rejected. He may be a failure. He may not succeed. And then if he doesn't succeed, what are the parents going to say? It's going to be humiliation. My whole life is going to be over. And so now, because of that, your mind is getting, okay, you know what? Let's scroll. Let's go on TikTok. Let's go on YouTube. Let's go on Instagram, wherever. And now you're doing this, but it's not because of the thing. It's because there's a part of you that is seeking some escape from facing that thing that is too overwhelming, too much stress, too much pressure. And so the way to do about this, go and check that video that I mentioned, Beat Procrastination. I talk about it there. Essentially, what you want to do is to let go of the stress. The more pressure you put on yourself, the harder it will be for you to do anything, because the procrastination is a protection mechanism. It exists to protect you from feeling a feeling, experiencing an emotion, or being in a situation that your mind thinks is dangerous. And so let go of the pressure. And I know that it's absolutely counterintuitive and maybe the hardest thing to do, but if you could tell yourself, you know what? I don't care if it succeeds or not. It may succeed, I may succeed, I may pass that exam, I may not. All that matters is that I do my best. Whether it happens or not is not up to me. We can only have so much power of influence over the course of whatever happens in our life. And so you have a power of influence. If you can optimize your mind to study as much as you can so that you're ready for that exam, that's the best you can do, right? You may get it right, you may not. But this is the thing that you want to do. Stop thinking, my life is going to be over if I don't pass my exam. It's not true. It's absolutely not true. No matter what your parents say, no matter what some people may tell you, it's not true. And the older you get, the more you will realize this. But what matters is that right now, you tell yourself, you know what, my best is good enough. And so it means that you have studied a lot. You have a lot of intelligence and information about the things that you're studying. And so you want to understand how your brain works. I want you to realize that the more stress, the less your brain is able to function. Because when you are under stress, you go into a survival mode. And when we are going into survival mode, we have very little access to a rational intelligence. We're reacting emotionally. And this is why now you're reacting emotionally, you're freezing, you can't do anything, and your mind is getting you to scroll for hours instead of doing your exams, instead of working on your homework and doing the things that you have to learn. I hope it makes sense. So less is more. Do some time your work so that you know when to study, when to have a break. You need to rest. You need to sleep enough, otherwise your brain cannot function. You need to understand that your brain is a machine, and you want to understand how to optimize that machine. Stress, overwhelm, thinking about things, pressure, not good. This is absolutely the bottleneck effect, right? And because of that, you can't do anything. This is why people procrastinate. This is why you are doom scrolling. And so be kind to yourself. Also, trust the universe. And also accept that it's not that important. Yes and no. It's something that you have to do. But, you know, if I don't succeed, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. If you could let go of that pressure, I promise you, you will feel so much better. And here's the irony, the paradox. When you feel better, when you are letting go of the pressure and you're thinking it doesn't matter, now your brain is going to be optimal and you have a fantastic memory. You're going to be super fast. You will know what to write or say or do on the day, tomorrow, whenever it's meant to happen. Less is more. It's just about understanding how your mind works. So yeah. But do check out that video if you can. I think I talk about it more thoroughly there. Does it help? Thank you for the little heart. And you say, I also have anger issues. So it could be the same thing. And when we have anger, anger is an energy that is there to get us to take action, to do things, to do something about it. And so it could be a part of you trying to shake you out, to get you to do something as opposed to scrolling. And so now you are essentially experiencing some internal conflict happening, like little volcanoes happening inside of you. And again, this is the result of the stress, the pressure. So just chill. Do things that make you happy. Take breaks. You don't need to learn to read all those books or whatever. You've done enough. Now, with the time that you have left, do it when you feel ready for doing it. Don't force yourself. Your brain works at its best when it's happy, when it's chilled, when it's relaxed. You can produce so much more when you are chilled. When you're stressed out, you only get so much in. And on the day, because you'll be so stressed out, because you wouldn't have slept enough, then you'll be in a terrible state and you won't be able to retrieve all this information that you have learned over all whatever time you've been studying. Let me know what you think about it, Abina. Gabriel Lux, I will meditate on the Ramdas quote. Thank you so much for your advice. Thank you, Gabriel. But we can talk more about yourself if you want. It's up to you. Daniel, I am obsessed. I ruminate. Okay. Is it the first time that you have been obsessing over someone after a breakup, or is it just that person, or just that time? Is it a pattern? If you can tell me this, that would be helpful. Gabriel Lux, your videos are helping a lot, especially your video on self-love. Thank you. Okay, thank you. How to love yourself. Okay, thank you.